Hey, what is up, Ed Heads? Bringing you back again with another Ed's World Amino thing. Basically, if you don't already know what Ed's World Amino is, it's basically a large community, very large, where you can share and chat with other friends or other people who are also Ed Heads. We're gonna do something a little bit different for this one. We are going to go take a quiz, maybe. That'll be fun. Best quizzes. I already did the first one and the third one, so let's go with this one. Here we go. Which character is known for constantly saying hello to Ed? Isn't that like Helicard? Yay. I don't know much about Helicard, but that was actually a guess. Think. Which two characters wore black hoodies very early on? Wasn't it Matt and Tord? Yup. Good so far. In Ruins, who splits with who? Uh, Tom, Ed, Tord, and Matt. Durr. This is actually pretty easy. Which Ediso was Tord's last official voiced appearance. Wasn't it, Moving Targets. God, it was Moving Targets. I had to think about that for a little bit. Dang, okay. Wow. Aren't I a true Edhead? Yeah, I bet any of you can beat this score. Go ahead. Try to beat my score, if you can. But it's very difficult. Yay. God, but anyway, yeah. That's it. Enjoy the video. Hey, what's up, you guys? Back again with another reading. Thankfully, not Dear Starboy. Yay! I know I promised to get to the sequel and all of that, which I will, but taking a break because that's way too much Dear Starboy for me to handle. So, here we go. As the title reads, we're reading Forget Me Not by Minobel, and I actually heard it was a really good fanfic, so I will take this seriously, but not too seriously. So yeah, let's read up on the summary here. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know where he is, but based on the wanted poster scattered across the town, he can tell he's a wanted man. And even if it might be broken now, the useless red gun in his hands have some kind of value. Thankfully, the names on the wanted posters give him something to go off of. After all, Red Leader isn't exactly a common name, and with a bounty that high, there has to be information on who he is somewhere. It's just a simple matter of dodging the authorities while trying to dig up his own past. So it already sounds really interesting. Let's get on with the chapter 1. Short chapters. Yay. Okay. Chapter 1. Rise and Shine. Before he even opened his eyes, he knew something was wrong. Taking a few moments between waking up and actually opening his eyes, he turned his attention inwards, trying to think. His brow wrinkled in concentration, trying to focus on information that was lacking him. That insufferable chirping noise from nearby wasn't helping either. Birds, his brain supplied through the haze. And even beyond that, some distant but loud rowing noise, repeated over and over again. Cars. Highway. Frowning, he tried once more to focus, yet yielded nothing yet again. He knew birds, he knew cars, but he didn't know himself. Or, put more easily, he had no idea who he was. I feel like you should have put simply instead of easily, but I'm not gonna knick-knack. This writing is already great so far. Everything looks so clean. Okay. Continue on. When his eyes did finally crack open, the immediate effect was a harsh invasion of bright light that simultaneously blinded him and left him with a loud, ringing headache that perched just above his left eyebrow. His eyes quickly closed in a tight squint as he turned his face away, bringing his right hand to defend his sensitive eyes from the harsh light. Some crude form of breath hissed and passed his teeth in either disgust or pain, or more likely, a combination of both. After a few moments, he dared to open his eyes again. While the headache lingered, the light did not seem nearly as bright now and was even manageable without his hand blocking the sun beating down on him from above. Provided he didn't try to look directly at the glowing orb, the sun, the bright blue sky, stared down at him as he slowly forced himself upright. His fingers Typo. His fingers digging into the grass under him, ripping a few blades of grass away from their roots. He stared at the green plants accusingly before turning his attention to the items dispersed around where he was sitting. Or rather, the scath I cannot read. The scattered remains of an unshakably familiar object whose gutted husk was resting on his lap. Ignoring the wires and shards of metal resting in the grass, he lifted the reddish piece of scrap metal, careful to avoid the large hole near the middle of the sun, where a large hole had been punched through it. The jagged ends of metal around that area were no doubt sharp, and he had no business sticking fingers or limbs anywhere near there. Looking the whole object over carefully, it took a few moments, but he finally recognized it for what it was. Or rather, what it had been. Gun. Wrapping his fingers gingerly around the grip of the weapon, he paused before slowly standing up, bringing the red gun up with him. I just imagine. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, but I just imagine Tor just like a fucking cute little idiot looking over a gun and just like, what is this? Oh, I remember. It's a gun. Fuck. I want to punch him in the face. Holding it in his hands felt nice. Good. He could feel the relief welling up within him, even though he was absolutely sure the hunk of metal would likely never work with the level of mutilation it had suffered. Still, holding the frame in his hands gave him a sense of satisfaction and safety. So what was the harm in bringing it along? Holding the gun close to his chest like a security blanket, he looked around the large, flat field he had awoken in, half expecting but mostly wishing his brain would supply some detail. Anything, any kind of lead, something he could work with. But no matter how hard he tried, or there is no hard there, no matter how he tried to rack his brain, nothing came up. He couldn't place this field at all as being familiar. His grip on the gun tightened as he took in a breath. Right, okay. He could hear cars. That meant people. Somewhere nearby, at least. He could start there. Try to get a map and look for any familiar locations. Listening for a moment, he turned slowly towards where he could hear cars in the distance, before not so confidently placing one foot in front of the other. Once he got to civilization, he could think of his next course of action. But for now, in this unfamiliar place, and not even a name to himself, he had to start small. Baby steps. Baby steps. I like where this is going very much. Fuck. Okay. I'd like to read the next chapter, but I will keep it short. I will keep this short. As short as a chapter. Oof, God. I'm liking this already. Fuck. Not liking the ship choice because I don't ship that after the circumstances in the Antsworld film. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into that either. I'm not ranting in this. I'm not gonna rant. This is not Dear Starboy reading. I'm not going to rant in any way with this. Maybe I'll just fuck you dogs. I don't know if you heard that, but they're so damn rude. But yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to rant in this. I don't know. It already sounds really good to read. Sounds like a really good read. Fuck. I want to continue further, but that would just ruin the experience and, the genuine reactions. So yeah, anyway, make sure to tap that like or subscribe button. They're kinky little bastards. They enjoy a good hit. Dork out.